What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And from a Cyber Night post, I don't know if you guys can see Cyber Night on there, but yes, I have the official YuGiOh OCG ban list. Basically the cards that have been sent to the ban list, to the limited list, semi-limited list, and cards that are officially no longer on the list. So this will be effective on October 1st. And for us in the TCG, the new ban list will not be effective until possibly, I believe, October 14th, I think. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So first up for the cards that are banned, meaning you can't use them, we have Eclipse Wyvern. This is one that was used in pretty much every Danger Thunder Guard Dragon deck. Not just in the OCG, but in the TCG as well. And I believe for us, it did indeed get banned, so that really doesn't surprise me. I really don't see that card coming back anytime soon, unless if there was like another dragon based deck that that came out. Definitely this card could come back to one, but I really don't see anything. I really don't see it coming back anytime soon. Next up, we have Guard Dragon Agripane. Now, so for the OCG, Guard Dragons is done. With Agripane as the heart and soul of the entire archetype, Guard Dragons are done. I can definitely see this card getting banned with our ban list in the TCG. I can definitely see that happening at some point down the future. Next up, we have Soul Charge. This is one that I was not surprised about, because Soul Charge for us is banned. Because if you guys don't know, Soul Charge is a card that basically lets you summon as many monsters as you can. It's basically a Monster Reborn, but for each monster you bring back, I believe you give up. I believe you're giving up 1,000 points, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that really doesn't surprise me at all. I'm not really at all that surprised. So that's pretty much it for the forbidden list. Now we move on to the limited list, meaning you can only use one. And first up, we have White Dragon Wyvern Buster. This is intriguing, because looking at the rest of the list, you would think that Black Dragon Collapse Serpent would be banned, would be limited, but no, it's actually at full power, which is kind of odd. But again, going back with the Danger Thunder Guard Dragon deck, White Dragon, Black Dragon, and Eclipse Wyvern were the three most powerful cards in that deck, in that archetype, especially with the last 4 YCS events. I know that there was one in Portland just recently. There was one. I haven't been to any events before, so I really wouldn't know. But I do know that YCS Portland recently was pretty good, I would say. Next up, we have Saryuja Skuldread. Hands down, this card will get limited to 1 for us in the TCG. I'm saying it. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. Next up, we have Draconet. True Dracos, I believe. Dracos could. I think the heart and soul of the Draco archetype will probably have to be a Ignis Knight, I believe is the name. So if Ignis Knight gets limited or banned with our ban list, True Dracos is done. Next up, we have Mystic Mine. A lot of people were when Dark Neostorm was released back in June, was it June? I believe it was June. Everybody was hyping it up and said for it to be the best card in the game. Because of the fact that your opponent wouldn't be able to activate card effects, summon monsters, do absolutely nothing. With Missing Mind now at 1 in the OCG, this puts those players at a huge disadvantage. But they could still use cards like Lilith, DD Guide, and a few other cards as well. So I could definitely see Mystic Mind getting banned at some point down the road. Next up, we have Zodiac Barrage. I don't even know why Zodiac Barrage. I mean, I get the fact that Zodiacs are so good in the OCG, but for us, there is no way Zodiacs will ever make a comeback. And speaking of True Dracos, Dragonic Diagram is also on the limited list. This is kind of an interesting one. This is quite an interesting card to be put on the limited list. Honestly, I kind of figured that they would have put it on the ban list, considering the fact that Soul Charge is on there. I figured Diagram would have been there, but no, it's not. But Diagram to 1 in the TCG, I could definitely see that, which it would make sense because True Dracos and decks that can use Dragonic Diagram are absolutely broken with just with that card alone. Next up, we have the semi-limited list, meaning you can only use 2. So first up, we have Elemental Heroes Shadow Mist. So Masked Heroes, Destiny Heroes, any hero deck that uses Shadow Mist can get out. Excuse me. That can get out Shadow Mist and search out for Mass Change. That's good. I know that Shadow Mist for us is at 3. I wouldn't be surprised if it went down to 2. Even if it did, it would still be broken. Next up, we have Predaplant Orphis Scorpio. So Predaplants, I've heard that Predaplants were a really good archetype, especially for Mech Knight Invoked, Phantom Knight Orchist, and Black Rose decks, if I'm not mistaken. So Orphis Scorpio, that's wow. I really don't know much about Predaplants because I didn't watch Arc 5. I didn't watch YuGiOh Arc 5 Season 3 yet. But I will soon. but I heard that Predaplants were really good. Next up, we have Lady Debug. So with this, so Lady Debug was the one card that made Salamangreat the most powerful deck ever, and now, for us it's at 1. For the OCG, it's now at 2. That's actually kind of interesting. Because if this list came out before Worlds in Berlin, Salamangreat would have dominated like that. So I'm not really that surprised. But honestly, Salamangreats are doing better are doing better without Lady Debug. So even if that card gets banned, they Salamangreats still have cards like Cyanide Mining, Salamangreat Coyote, Foxy, Gazelle. They still have so many different cards that can search out the rest of the deck, pull all of your combos. You're good to go. Next up, we have Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. So I'm surprised that Kaijus are still good, especially as a side deck card. I'm fairly surprised. Next up, we have Spiral Resort. So Spirals didn't really go off that easy. It actually took them quite a while. From what I remember, it took them quite a while for Spirals to go off, but after that, they did pretty well for a while. Next up, we have I don't know much about Spirals because I think it's a manga deck, if I'm not mistaken. But Spirals, I think in the OCG, Spirals are still a thing. So next up, we have Reasoning. So I believe this was a draw card, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. Let me see. Well, as I'm looking for the card, next up we have Draco Face Off. So again, going back with the true Draco. Here we go. Anyway, so going back with the whole true Draco thing with Barrage and DracoNet, Draco Face Off was actually a really good one. I think I actually have that card. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Here we are. Draco Face Off. It's right here. I actually have 2 of them. Wow. So Draco Face Off is a quick play split, which is a quick play spell, and it reads as follows: reveal 1 Draco Slayer Pendulum Monster and 1 Drake Overlord Pendulum Monster from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one of them for you to place in your Pendulum Zone or special summon your choice, and you add the other card to your extra deck face up. You can only activate 1 per turn. This is something that was actually pretty good because Draco's was the deck that literally took over the entire game for a pretty good while. After some of the cards got banned, they kind of just dined down a little bit, and it was kind of hard for Dracos to come back. Now Dracos are back is now meta again, so that's an interesting one. So Reasoning, here it is. Actually, I have it right here. So here's Reasoning. This is my gold rare one from Premium Gold 3 Infinite Gold, and its effect reads as follows: your opponent declares a monster level. Excavate cards from the top of your deck until you excavate a monster that can be normal summon or set. If that monster is the same level as the one declared by your opponent, send all the excavated cards to the graveyard. If not special summon the excavated monster, also send the remaining cards to the graveyard. So I was right. So this card is kind of like a draw card, but it's also like a searcher basically. So I'm not surprised that card is actually limited to 2. And then last but not least, we have 1 for 1. I can definitely see this card coming back up a little bit, especially with the fact that the card can actually get you to, especially in Cyber Dragons, especially in several different Cyber Dragon decks, it can get you to Cyber Dragon Noster, Cyber Dragon Hertz, Cyber Valley. It can get you to any 1-star monster. It's also been used in the Destiny Hero decks for a while, but this card I don't really see it staying. I really don't see it moving up from the ban list, honestly, from the list for us in the TCG. Next up. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys. My binders are all over the place. There we go. And now we have the cards that are free from the regulation, meaning you can use 3 of them. First up, we have ABC Dragon Buster. Those decks are now going to be at full power, hands down, no doubt about it. Then we have Dark Arm Dragon. I'm not surprised that Dark Arm Dragon would be up to 3, but Dark Arm Dragon was a pretty powerful card back in the day. I think it got errata when it went onto the ban list, if I'm not mistaken, like a while back. I don't remember. Next up, we have Tech Genus TG Hyper Librarian. This was actually that's an interesting card. It's an interesting card because TGs back in the day were pretty good, and then after Hyper Librarian got banned and 2 other cards got banned, the entire deck just died down. It was done. But now with the new support that we got earlier this year, even with the new support, TGs are still gonna be done. Cyberstein, Cyberstein, wow. That is an interesting one. Cyberstein, you're paying 5,000 life points. Sorry guys, that's my grandparents' dog again. Ignore that. Anyway, with Cyberstein, you're paying 5,000 points to summon a fusion. 5,000. That's most of your life points. Why? I just don't know. Next up, we have Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Again, wow. So many of these cards are wow. So Trishula, when it was first released in Hidden Arsenal 4, Trishula was said to have been the most powerful synchro in the game. When it got banned, they were like, I believe Konami was like, you know what, we need to give this an errata. When they did, it went up to 1, then it went up to 2, then it got banned again. Now it's at 3. I believe it's at 3 for both the OCG and the TCG. So that's kind of interesting. Next up, we have Necros Cycle. Necros are finally going to have themselves one hell of a time with this one. Because Necros were really, again, going back old school, this deck was really good. I know that I think the more powerful Necros Ritual was it Bryonic? I think it was Trishula. I'm not sure. Comment below if you guys know which was the more powerful Necros Ritual, because I think it was Trishula. Either that or Colossus. Or Colossalus, sorry. Then we have Limiter Removal, so Cyber Dragons are going to be at full power with that one. And then last but not least, Solemn Strike. I believe Strike was at 2 in the OCG. But for us here, it's actually, it is at 3. So I think out of all the cards that are on these lists, I think the one card that we can definitely see take a hit would probably be Saryuja. But even if Saryuja went to 1, it would still be as powerful as it's said. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And on that, this is your boy Nash signing out.